Good morning and welcome to Morning Moments with another wonderful guest today. Today I have an actor, comedian, event host, speaker, best known sometimes as Big Mike from the hit series Chuck. Mark Christopher Lawrence. It is so good to have you with us this morning.
Thanks for having me, Andy. I appreciate it.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and what God's done for you.
Well, I'm an actor and comedian, and I'm producing some and directing some, and just trying to stay relevant in this year of nothing that happened. And I tell you, in that, I remember I was really busy as a comic coming out of 2019 into 2020, and the brakes hit for everybody. I remember doing a tour in Canada back in February, and then an audition for a movie and a pilot and another couple of things, and then all of a sudden, nothing. Everything stopped, and I was getting phone calls and text messages every day, losing income. All my gigs through July were gone. And then as I got close to July, same thing happened, and everything through December was gone. And in June, one of the movies came back, and I was able to go to Oklahoma and do that. And then in December, God blessed me with a job, 4 episodes of the pilot season of All the Queen's Men for Tyler Perry. That popped up, and I went and did that. And throughout all of that loss and all of that disappointment, I never needed anything. It's like God just continued to show me that He was God. You don't have any income coming in, but guess what? I got your bills, I got your rent, I got your, and it's like I was like, wow, he's just showing me to have faith and to trust. It's a lesson in trust, and I think I learned it well.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of folks throughout this year said that I was just too busy to even hear from God before. And now that my income was cut, now he put me in a position where I'm asking for Him. I'm asking God, "Are you there?"
Yeah, and I always tell people that God is steady. He doesn't fluctuate. He's steady. He's trying to get you from A to Z, and it's us that go off over here. I'm gonna go over here to B because that's B over there. But that's not God's B. That's not His plan. His plan is to take us over there, over that way. His plan is, I'm taking you right down this way. This is where I need you. And in my career, it's like I've noticed that, as I look back on it, every time I've tried to do something else, God has closed the door to that something else that takes me out of what I'm doing now and gives me a job in this. And He keeps feeding into this and keeps me sustained in this. And I was like, this is not a coincidence. Because I've had some dramatic situations. Like there was one time where I decided, I was about 5 years out of college, and all my friends that were on the debate team at USC with me were working for judges or they were lawyers at major firms, and I'm still kind of struggling around. I saw in the paper one day, you can learn to deal cards. So I was going to go deal cards. You audit the first class, and then it's $499. We have placement in Monaco and Vegas and Reno and Laughlin. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to go do that. So I go and I sit in on this class. And before the class is over, some suits come in and shut the class down before the first break. And apparently this company is laundering money through this class. And then a couple of weeks later, all of a sudden, I get a call from a wardrobe person from the Terminator 2 asking me for my sizes. And the production company hadn't even called my agents yet. So they didn't know that I had booked the job. Because I said to the wardrobe person, I said, what is this for? And she goes, oh, it's Terminator 2. And I was like, oh, I read for that like 3 months ago. And I just assumed I didn't get it. And then that was when things started to snowball. And every time I've tried to do something else, there's God goes, no, that's not what you're doing. You're doing this. I need you over here. And it works that way.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite sayings is a saying I heard from a nurse that was in my class in Nashville, Tennessee. One time she said, God knows your heart. It's up to us to hear his voice. And I don't know how many times I've just used that and said, well, God, make my heart wants this. And God says, well, okay, I know what your heart is. Now it's time for you to listen to my voice. And when we listen to what he has for us, then sometimes he'll direct us where we should be, or say, no, don't go through that door. If you would have listened to me, I would have prevented a lot of that in your life too.
Right. He gives us escape, but he also gives us free will. And that's where we get in trouble, is that free will.
Yeah, he wants to know if we'll listen to him. That's what he wants to know.
and he knows. He knows what we're going to do before we do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know your thoughts.
Yes. Well, there has been a lot of pain this last year with a lot of folks, and I heard somebody say, "Don't let the pain of the moment keep you from your purpose." And if we're not careful, we will. That pain can define us. But when we press on and say, God, whatever you have for me, that's what's important. And it's amazing what God can do when we just let God take control, isn't it?
Yeah. I was just saying earlier that, over the past 2 months, I've lost about 11 people. And it's always shocking. And it always hurts. But you got to go on. You got to move on. You can't get bogged down in it. And so I pray about it, and I think that I find solace in that. Most of them, I know I will see them again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I know what their heart was and what their faith was, and there's a few that I'm not sure about, and then there might be one or two that I know that I probably won't see them again. Which is sad. It's like because it makes me think. Could I have said something more? And I don't think so. I think they weren't ready to receive. And so it is what it is.
Well, what we're going to be doing is put down on the comment section the links to look at what your projects are, and for people to keep track of you, and also see what's going on. And what I tell folks all the time, probably the most important thing they could ever do for any of our guests, is that when they see your name, or they see you on television, or they see you anywhere on the big screen or little screen, that they bow their heads and say, God, just touch Mark right now, and let him be a witness, and let him be a powerful tool for you. Because if we get the force of the church praying for us, there's no telling what can happen.
Yeah. I said to my mom not too long ago that, usually when people ask me, is there something they can do for me? And I always tell them, just pray for me. Just keep me on your prayer list. Because if I got a legion of people praying for me, get out of the way, devil.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Mark, I want to thank you for taking the time this evening, or this morning, I should say, to be with us for this morning moments. And I want to tell everybody, if this has touched your heart, please go ahead and pass this on, either through Facebook or through YouTube or whatever social medias that you're having, so that we could get this message passed on. And thank you again, Mark, for such a precious time with you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Andy. It's nice chatting with you.
Thank you. And thank you for joining me for Morning Moments, and keep coming back, and may God richly bless you today.